guys, so it's season 1 of Dreadball. Ronnie, what are the teams for season 1? Out of the potential, of course, many seasons.
Many seasons to come. Let's hope it runs and runs. Season 1, first 4 teams, the main protagonists. You've got the corporation we know as this all-encompassing, beautiful, clean world where everything is perfect. And every weekend night, the members of the Co-Prosperity Sphere go along and watch the Trontec 29ers taking to the field to beat their usual opposition. Human team, you've got all 3 of the playing positions represented. You've got the guards, big, heavy, strong guys, bulked out with armour. One job only. Damage.
Smashing into the enemy. Oh, that's it, the enemy. The opposition, of course. They would never be nobody's the enemy of the corporation.
Correct. No one's the enemy. No, it's a friendly game. It's a friendly sports game where any type of corruption is up for grabs. To the point that the guard position cannot touch the ball.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. The background of the game is that the ball moves at an incredible speed, so you need a special ball, a special glove to pick it up.
Correct. And between the alien races, it's really fun. The Goblins we'll speak about in a second have an almost archaic catching couple of steels, Wolverine gloves. The humans have a pretty advanced techno glove, which you can see on the art is almost comes out as a scoop. The dwarves have the most advanced technology. Put the hand up and they'll just pull it straight in and grab it. So each has that. The guards don't have them. Their hands are for pushing people over and punching them in the face. Occasionally, if they can get away with it without the ref spotting, stamping on top of them. The other end of the scale, you've got your striker. This guy is fast, quick, good with the ball, not a lot of armour, not terribly tough. So
no, as I found out to my cost when playing our demo game before.
Yeah, there was definitely a few of them in the coming back on the game in a few turns place. The jack of all trades, the jack sits in the middle. He's neither great at the guard play, nor is he great with the ball, but he can do both.
Yeah.
And you'll actually find that those guys are often the ones that either win you the game, because they've been battling their way up the pitch, make that one move and take the shot.
Or he's the guy that's left.
Yeah. Or he's the guy that's left. And I think it was your jack that went in our demo game earlier for the 4-point shot.
Yep, that's right.
Was 1 dice away from taking probably a match-winning lead. So all come with their challenges. Over the team, the humans the most balanced. 4-ups on all the rolls. Obviously with a striker, you're going to get extra dice when you're playing the ball. With a guard, you're going to get extra dice when you're smashing and damaging. Jacks, generally no extra dice. That's the Trontec 29ers. They're the pinnacle of the corporation teams, the most famous. Trontec 29ers.
Okay, and then the next one would be the Marauders, the Orcs, with an X.
The Green-Rim Smackers. Already now, the interesting thing with the Orcs is it's the one team that has 2 different races in it. It's got a Goblin and an Orc in the game. Guard is an Orc, as you'd expect, and they're big ones. So they're the only team with a different race stat between the 2 positions. Okay. So the human, no matter what it is, it's a 4+. These guards, when they hit on a 3+. They hit hard, and when you get hit, you stay down.
Yes, I experienced that a lot.
You had 3 players left on the pitch after literally 2 turns. The Goblins, the Marauder team has no strikers whatsoever. There's no one that's actually very good with the ball. Their next position, the Goblin, can slam. He's not great at it, but they're not bad at it. But they're the only ones that can move the ball, and they move it pretty poorly. Yeah. So it's going to be about causing massive damage. The Green-Rim Smackers want as many guards as they can in the early days to genuinely put the other team under, so that their average Goblins can get up the pitch, shoot, miss, pick the ball up, and try again.
That's it.
And they won't be scoring any 4-point goals. They may be getting the odd 2s or 3s to try and rack the score up, while the Orcs are literally trying to damage and keep out of play the other opponent team.
Yeah.
So, really interesting team to play. People think they're one-dimensional. They're not. They're probably the most fun in Season 1 because they're so limited, yet at the same time so very strong at what they do. The Orc Guard is the toughest individual position in Season 1.
Okay. Then we have the Midgard guys,
Yep.
or Forge
Midgard
Fathers.
Delvers, yeah, the Forge Fathers. I've heard there's money and reward up, and they're absolutely in for some of that. Thank you very much. So they've put together their finest players, all 3 positions represented. In human team, a Goblin, an Orc, they move 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dwarfs, Forge Fathers, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't feel like much when you're doing it. Does after 2 or 3 turns.
Also the
is
fact,
half.
yeah, the sprint is 2 less than everybody else, and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's
And then by the time you've turned once and done everything else,
Yep.
you're halfway back up the pitch. However, every single one of them is pretty hard to push over, and every single one of them is pretty tough. So what you've essentially got with the dwarfs is a kind of war of attrition where they will just stay up, might get knocked down, but they'll get up again, and they'll move up the pitch, owning the play, controlling the ball, and then going into the final scoring zone and try and put some scores on, bring it back out and play the same again.
okay. Steamroller in them, effectively.
Yeah, just tough, steady, slow, regular play, exactly as you'd expect. And that's what's really nice, I think, with all these teams. They play as intuitively you'd expect them to.
Yeah,
The Orcs
yeah.
do what you want them to do. The humans do a bit of everything. The Dwarfs play the way they want to. The Midgard Delvers.
Yep. And then finally we have the Vermin.
Yeah, which actually are probably the most fun to play, but you want to get a few games under your belt, because the first couple of games you're going to get annihilated. They again only have 2 positions. They're all the same race stat here, but they have guards and strikers.
Okay.
So they've not got any of those all-rounders, which means your strikers are going to be running around. They're good with the ball, they can move it, but they are very fragile. And the guards are limited in number.
Yeah.
So you're going to have a team that's going to move, is going to score, but is probably going to concede. So it's a bit of a Kevin Keegan team. They're going to you score 3, we'll score 5.
Yep.
And you're going to look to play in
That's
that
it. They're looking to outscore the enemy then at that point.
Yeah.
That's it.
So across the suite, you've got some really interesting different styles of play, different balances of play. All the teams balance. They have strengths and weaknesses. And then when you add your referee to make sure there's no foul play going on, you're going to start building up a really compelling game.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. If you want to get into Dreadball, that's the first 4 teams that are going to be available. There's, of course, a season 2 on its way.
On its way, being sculpted as we speak.
And, well, perhaps we'll do another video about that, and we'll be back soon to talk about Dreadball.